Good morning, everyone. It's Mark. Quick Bitcoin update to help you learn the market more clearly. Whether you're brand new or experienced, there's something for you here. I'm a member of the Academy, and it gives me access to 60 plus live educators, AI powered apps, and step-by-step training. I'm just sharing what I'm learning with you and alongside of you. So we're just going to look at a couple of the AI-driven apps this morning and see what's going on with the Bitcoin market. I feel like for me, there's basically when I'm looking at investing or trading with this, I'm thinking of three different sort of things. It's not financial advice, but just sharing with you what I'm thinking. I'm thinking long-term, and for me, long-term is 5, 10, 15, 20 years right now. So that's part of my strategy, thinking in that time frame. And then I have kind of and that's called position trading. So I'm just taking positions, like with Bitcoin, for example, and holding it for the long term. So and what I like about these tools like Levels and a couple others I'll share with you, like SwipeCoin, is that it really helps us determine best times to buy. Just say, for example, let's look at this. Just to say, for example, over the last day, we've been maybe wanting to make a purchase, a dollar cost average into Bitcoin. But so would you rather buy when the price is at 95,300, or would you rather buy when the price is at 94,300? That's $1,000 difference. So if you bought it right now, obviously, like if you bought it 45 minutes ago, it would have literally, if you bought one, which you don't have to, you can buy fractions, but let's just use round numbers to make it simple. If, say, an hour ago, the price was 95,156, what if you made your purchase then? Okay, well, hour later, you're down $1,000. That's how fast these prices move. What I like about this, and my uncle had a funny saying. He would say that our family, we really know how to squeeze the dollar, get the best price out of things. If you're kind of a savvy shopper and you like to, buy things at the right price or a good value instead of paying the most, right? Then these tools can really help. Simply in simple terms, we have resistance and support levels. So ideally, we want to buy at support levels, right? So we want to buy at the support levels. This bar, we're looking currently on the 1 hour time frame. This blue is another level that I've drawn out from a different time frame. But you can see this is a support level right here. We're right at a level of support. So for me, I'd rather buy when the price is at 94,300 than when the price is at 95,300. So the tools, I feel, really give us, I'm going to keep this at the 1 hour right now. The tools give us really good insight when to buy, when to not buy. So that's one thing I really love about the tools here, is it helps to get the best price when I'm looking for my long entries, or like for my long time holding and for 5, 10, 15, 20 year holding times. All right, so but let's zoom out a little bit. This is actually on the 1 hour time frame. This is a pretty small time frame. Let's pull back to the 4 hour time frame, which can be you can get more of a steady picture. So it's more, now for this type of trading, this time frame, there's a type of trading called swing trading, and so basically a swing trade, this is a 4 hour time frame. We're at April 30th right here. So let's just say, let's go back the last 10 days. So April 30th, oh my goodness, April 20th, look at how much the price changed. Okay, so right here, this is a good example of a swing trade. Say April 20th, you were right here, and say you wanted to get into a swing trade, and say you caught this trade right here. You entered in at 87,500 10 days ago, just say as an example. Well, now 10 days later, look at that. Now we went from $87,000 to $95,000. That's $8,000 difference. That would be, in my book, considered a swing trade, right? It's a 10-day trade. You bought here, say it just round numbers. You don't have to buy a whole Bitcoin, but you can buy fractions. But just to keep the numbers even and easy to understand, say we bought it at 87,000-ish, and say we sold it at 95,000. That's, oh man, that's a nice swing trade. Right. Now, another thing you can do, you can also do it when the price goes down, because the price either seems like it goes sideways, like right now, we're obviously in a sideways pattern. You can see this. See, we're right in between resistance and support on the 4-hour time frame. So if the price drops back down to 93,000 or anywhere in this blue area, for me, that's a good place to buy. That's what I'm looking at. I like to buy at support levels, but that's, it's not financial advice. I'm just sharing with you my journey, right? And what I'm learning along the way. And then also too, while I'm on that, are you familiar with the Roth investment accounts? There's a couple of things, and I got this from the Dave Ramsey, who teaches education too. He's not a part of the academy, but the Roth IRA is a great tool to just look at. It's not financial advice, but just check it out. A Roth IRA in the USA, anyway, we have them here. I'm not sure what other countries have, but a Roth IRA is basically you save money it's after tax. So after you pay your taxes, you have your after-tax income. When you save into a Roth IRA, when you pull it out later, there's no taxes on that income because you've already paid taxes on it. Let's do an example. Say you save $100,000 into a Roth IRA. You put the money in it as after-tax income, right? Now, say it grows to 1 million, and say it's 5-10 years later, and you go to take it out. There's no tax on that income. That's the beauty about it. Now, there's a couple different Roth IRAs to consider. There's a personal Roth IRA, which in the USA, depending on your age, the max contribution limits are somewhere between $7,000 and $8,000. Another thing to consider, not everybody talks about this, is if you own your own business, and if you don't, you can start your own business, get an employee identification number, have your own business, maybe make an LLC, some kind of credible business that you can make profit from. Now, if you have a business like that set up, you have higher contribution limits. You can open a separate, what's called a 401k solo Roth. I encourage you to look it up. Not financial advice, but it is a very, very powerful tool. Because say you can, depending on your age limit, you can save up to $76,500 in 2025 this year. Can go into a 401k solo Roth. Now, the beauty about that is you have the higher contribution limits, and then same with so later on, when you go to take it out, there's no tax on it because the money that went into it was after tax dollars. So that's the beauty about it. So it's not financial advice. I'm just planting the seed with you in your mind because that tool is very, very, very important. I feel for the people that are using it, because you're saving money for your retirement, and then who wants to pay taxes in retirement? So if you go ahead and pay the taxes now, if that's a good strategy for you, you can pull it out later with no taxes, and so it's Roth, personal Roth, and then there's a 401k solo Roth for business, something to consider. All right, so this is levels on the 4-hour time frame. You can see we have a steady, so swing trading wise, what I'm interested in doing right now is buying anywhere in the blue, and hopefully we just don't know what, and then we can sell it in the red. So that's the idea: buying the blue, selling the red. So that's really what that comes down to. Not financial advice, but those are just some ideas. Now let's look at this tool. This is a scalp trading tool, and it is powerful. It's so powerful. Okay, it's called Swipe Coin. Now look at this. I'm going back 10 days ago, before the big move. Say you were at your charts, you were interested in investing and trading in Bitcoin, and then we got this call right here. Look at this. So 10 days ago, Bitcoin was right around $87,000. We just looked at that over here. So we went back to here. So I'm breaking this. I'm going to break this pattern down right here. Let's see here. Where's my circle? Circle. I'm going to break this. I'm breaking this down right here. Okay, right around in here. All right. So this is microscoped into this. Okay. Now, say you're at the chart. This is what I saw. This is what you can see. I mean, moves happen like this. We get moves like this in Bitcoin probably 2, 3, 4, 5 times a week. You get big moves like this. Now watch this. So say you're watching the chart. What happens is they give us the zones. So you see this bar here and this bar there. So what we're looking for is a break above or a break below the zone. And you see here, this looked a little bit like a fake out because we got it broke and then it came back in the zone. That's something you have to watch out for, because say you take the trade here. This is a risk that could happen. You take the trade here and say what the rule behind using this is you want what's called break and close above, right? So see how we broke right here and we closed above. The next 15-minute candle, we were closed above. So technically, they're calling this long right here. We're going long. Now, say you entered the trade, and then it went back into this box zone again. Now, for me, that signals the trade's out. It's still uncertain. It could go either way. We could go up or down, right? So what I tend to do is I set a stop loss at wherever I'm comfortable. I typically set my stop loss. I'm still working on my stop losses. I set them too far away because sometimes I have loss in some big trades because my stop loss was too far away. I don't like setting tight stop losses because they get hit too much. So I'm still trying to figure that out. But I would say I wouldn't have got stopped out here because I didn't get stopped out here because my stop loss was well below this. But then say okay, now we're back in the box, right? We're back in the box. Now we're watching to see what happens, right? We're playing the cards. It's April 22nd. We're watching the charts, right? Now look at here. We got another breakout. It broke out again, right? Okay. Oh, and it broke back in again. So it's really testing the zone. But if you didn't get stopped out, you'd be in this trade. You'd be doing this right here, right? See how it's going up there? Now, you're in the trade. Ideally, you're in the trade right here, and we're all in the trade, right? So this is what happens. Now, what happened? If you're in the trade, watch this. This is a beauty. I'm going to have to zoom out a little bit. Watch this. Yeah, look at this. It popped up. Look at that. That's just beautiful. You're in the trade. Wow, look at that. What a beautiful, beautiful trade. A lot of us are in this long right now. Swing long, scalp long, position long. Look at this. Beautiful. And I feel like it's a good chance we're going to keep going higher. But we don't know. I'm going to show you. We got that resistance right around 96,000, though. I'll share with you that on levels. So I feel like we're going to hit some major resistance on around 96,000. This is zooming out. Say you stayed in the trade. Look at this. And that's where it's at. So you would have gotten in around 87,600, and now you'd be at 94,500. That's a beautiful swing trade, scalp trade. It's been a good place to get an entry for a long-term buy, which I did. at the times. So I try to, like I say, I try to find the best times to buy. So that's just the beauty of Swipe Point. That's one of the beauties of Swipe Point. I'm going to show you another way real quick, and I'm going to wrap this up soon. I got to get to the gym, train some people. But let's look at let's look at this one. I want to show you. Yes, this is the same tool, but the same AI tool, Swipe Point. I'm just have another look. So we went from candle charts to the line chart. So the blue line is the price action, right? So instead of candles, right, switch to line, right? That's part of the strategy. Now, I've drawn inside a new box because I'm trying to figure out the direction we're going next. But you can see I have a green bar here and a red bar here. That's my scalp, like short-term levels right here. So 95,200 for the resistance, 94,300 for the support. Not financial advice, but that's where I'm at on that. And so that's about all. But right now it's trading inside this little zone. This yellow bar right here is called the estimated moving average. And the fact that the price line, even on the short term, that it's below that yellow line is a sign that, obviously we're in a downward motion, even if it's just temporary. This thing right here, this red arrow, is a part of an indicator called super trend. Let's see here, super trend right there, and it is only is a unique tool specific to the Academy. So you would have access to this sort of tools as well. So that's the thing. So you don't have to figure it out all alone. Is when you're doing this, I'll work with you personally, and you have access to everything I'm showing you here. You'll have the tools in your own computer, in your own phone. If you're ready to connect with me together about the Academy, if you have any questions, please message me and let's get them answered. You can call me, text me anytime. The link to join, if you're just interested in joining, it's not a super pricey thing. Just consider clicking the link and checking it out. We also have a Forex Trading Academy. We have an e-commerce academy. It teaches e-commerce. We have an academy that teaches you social media. So it's all kind of stuff to learn. I'm just a big crypto Bitcoin nerd right now because I feel like it's part of my long-term investment strategy, but it's whatever it's all about. You got to find out what's best for you. What's your strategy? What's your 1-year strategy? What's your 5-year strategy? What's your 10 and 20-year strategy? If you thinking about it and laid it out yet. So I'm going to leave us here on the levels on the 4-hour time frame. You can see we're really traveling down this lane right here. 4-hour, we have this big resistance and support zone. So I'd say the support zone on the 4-hour time frame I have at 92,880 up to 94,500. So that's a pretty big support range. And then the resistance range is right around 95,700 to 97,000. So it's a resistance range. So I feel like right around 96,000 for sure, we're going to have some kind of resistance, but it could break through. That's the thing. Sometimes it's amazing how fast it can break through a resistance or through a support. So it's kind of, this is taken from now, this is 5 days. It's just been traveling right here. So it's good to keep an eye on it if this what you're into. So that's why I like to just track it. That's why I like doing every morning before I was even doing these lives. This is how I start my day, set everything up. If it's a good time to buy or sell or whatever, you can set orders to go at certain times. You don't always have to be right at the computer. You can set an order to buy or sell anytime you want. So it's once you learn your way around, you can automate a lot of it. like, comment, and subscribe to the channel if you're liking any of this information. My goal is to come at you every morning, Monday through Friday, and do this Bitcoin market update. I haven't decided how to do the weekends yet, but at least a Monday through Friday type of thing. And then there's going to be clips that come off of this, like 30-second, 60-second clips. Be sure to check those out because those will be the highlighted points of the conversation. I appreciate you. Have a blessed day. Remember that health is wealth. Without our health, what difference does it make how many earthly resources we have? Health is wealth. I encourage you to take care of your health. Big part of my passion is fitness. That's the name of this channel is Fitness and Finance. My background's in fitness. I've been into fitness since I was 14 years old. I'm 56, so that's 40 plus years. I've been a personal trainer since 1994. So that's 30 plus years of training people. I have over 40,000 hours of personal training experience, 40,000 plus hours of my own workout experience. And it just, I'm just a lot passionate about health and fitness. I'm on this finance journey. I got into Bitcoin about 2017, 2018 when a client of mine who was real smart businessman recommended that I start buying into it. At the time, Bitcoin was under 10,000. Now it's at 95,000. From what I hear and my research is very likely that in the next 5 to 10 years, we'll see a $1 million Bitcoin. And that between now and 2034, 99% of all the Bitcoin will be mined. There's a limited supply of Bitcoin. It is a limited supply, and that's might be something you don't quite understand. And that's why I encourage you to do your own research. Go start studying, and at least start with 10 hours of study. Make that your first goal, and just learn about Bitcoin. Why does it work? Or do audiobooks, 10 hours of audiobooks, and then our podcasts, and then 100. And then after you get past 100, you will have a foundation and you'll understand why it's more than just an investment. It's a technology and why this is happening. So I encourage you to get educated, stick around, connect with me. I'm going to be sharing with you my journey as I'm going along with this. And let's connect, even if it's just friends or just whatever. Reach out, like, comment, subscribe. I appreciate you being here, your time and your energy. Be blessed. And remember that health is wealth. Cash flow is king. Cash is queen. And credit is freedom. Have a blessed day. Bye for now.